All right, let's dive right into today's explainer. We're doing something pretty cool today. We're zooming in on exactly one single day in tech, August 13th, 2026, to break down how 6 totally wild, seemingly unrelated headlines actually reveal the massive macro trends that are completely reshaping our future. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one.
I mean, it's kind of a crazy question, right? But instead of just reading these news drops as isolated events, we have to ask ourselves how these disconnected stories are actually symptoms of the exact same technological shift. Things are moving so incredibly fast now that tracking just the products doesn't cut it anymore. We have to track the underlying patterns.
So let's rapidly fire through the August 13th, 2026 news cycle. Google unveiled the Pixel 11. Grok 4.6 was released. The Gates Foundation made a $540 million gift. There was the Sam Altman Wikipedia vandalism. Fidelity pushed for Ethereum staking, and a Samsung humanoid robot leaked.
Section 1. AI is now in production, from experimental demos to practical infrastructure.
Let's start with the new Google Pixel 11, which is powered by that brand new AI-specific Tensor G6 chip. But the real game changer here isn't the hardware, it's the software. Google is heavily pushing agentic AI. We're not just talking about a chatbot you ask for trivia anymore. This is a fully autonomous agent. It can actually go out and book your dinner reservations, handle your online shopping, or seamlessly rearrange your calendar based on the context of your emails, all completely in the background without you having to lift a finger.
But we've got to contrast that powerful autonomy with a rather spectacular automated failure. And that means it's time for the pulse. We are going rapid fire here with 3 killer facts and 1 shocking stat about the Sam Altman Wikipedia incident. Fact 1. Malicious users aggressively targeted Altman's Wikipedia page. Fact 2. Google's automated systems blindly scraped this false data, literally unable to distinguish blatant vandalism from the truth. Fact 3. Google then automatically broadcasted this fake death date directly into its massive search knowledge panel for the whole world to see. And that shocking stat? Altman's Wikipedia page usually sees about 5 edits a month. On this single day, it got hit with 22 malicious edits, tricking a multi-billion-dollar AI infrastructure into declaring the CEO of OpenAI dead. Just absolutely wild.
The Tekin editorial team really hit the nail on the head with their takeaway. They pointed out that this incident is a stark reminder that AI and automation simply can't completely replace human judgment yet, especially when the information has serious real-world impacts. Automation is scaling up faster than humanly possible, sure, but without human verification in the loop, it's fundamentally vulnerable.
Section 2. The proprietary data moat. Data access as the new competitive advantage.
This intense need for perfect, reliable information leads us directly to our second trend. Right now, AI algorithms are basically becoming commoditized, but the companies with exclusive proprietary data, they are building massive compounding advantages. Take Elon Musk, for example. He basically told his SpaceX employees that everything they do, every design, every test, every rocket failure, is now training material. He is literally turning top-tier aerospace engineers into AI parents to train Grok 4.7. That creates an AI expert with actual real-world physics and engineering data, not just scrape internet textbooks. And you literally cannot replicate that unless you, own your own rocket company.
And we can see exactly how this unique data strategy plays out in the real market. With the newly released Grok 4.6, the input is just $2 and output is $6 per million tokens. Because xAI owns their entire infrastructure and data pipeline top to bottom, they are able to aggressively price Grok up to 60% cheaper than heavy hitters like Claude 3.5 Sonnet or GPT-4o. When you own the data and the metal, you can totally squeeze the competition.
We're seeing this exact same data moat strategy play out in a completely different space too. The Gates Foundation just dropped a staggering $540.2 million donation. That is the largest single gift in the University of Washington's entire 163-year history. It's for building a comprehensive 10-year global health database. They're going to unleash AI tools on this exclusive mountain of data to predict global epidemics. So whether it's rockets or public health, proprietary data is the ultimate competitive advantage right now.
Section 3. The new hardware renaissance. Co-designing physical and digital systems.
Now, software and data are great, but they aren't enough on their own. Our third trend shows that despite everyone hyping up a cloud-only future for years, truly useful AI actually requires incredibly tight integration with physical hardware. That's exactly why Google didn't just push a software update for the Pixel 11. They built that custom Tensor G6 chip specifically optimized for local AI workloads, and they completely redesigned the phone to be 40% slimmer and 15 grams lighter. They have to co-design the physical and digital systems because generic off-the-shelf processors just can't deliver that kind of efficiency.
Which perfectly segues into my absolute favorite story of the day, Samsung's secret humanoid robot. You'd probably assume they spent billions inventing crazy new robotic joints, right? No way. They are literally repurposing the internal motors from their washing machines and refrigerators. And honestly, it is sheer genius. Think about it. Washing machine motors are already built to survive 24/7 harsh conditions. They are dirt cheap because they're mass-produced, they're highly energy efficient, and they're specifically designed to run whisper quiet in your house. That is just unbelievable hardware synergy.
By tapping into their existing appliance manufacturing, Samsung is aiming to push out a highly reliable home assistance robot. But the real kicker here is the business model. Because they're using cheap appliance parts, they can completely undercut companies like Tesla or Boston Dynamics. We're talking about a robotics as a service model, where you just pay a $500 monthly subscription instead of dropping 50 grand up front to buy the thing outright. That completely flips the script on who can actually afford to have a robot in their home.
Section 4. The Regulatory Reckoning, when technology outpaces traditional governance.
So we've got autonomous AI booking dinners, monolithic data monopolies forming, and washing machine robots moving into our living rooms. This sudden convergence forces our final trend, a massive regulatory reckoning. Take decentralized finance, for example. Right now, an insane 34% of all Ethereum is currently staked. That is a gargantuan amount of capital locked up to secure the network and generate yield.
And that brings us to Fidelity Investments. They're officially asking the SEC for permission to stake up to 100% of the $898 million sitting in their Ethereum ETF, hoping to pass a 3 to 4% yield straight to retail shareholders. This completely backs the SEC into a corner. Suddenly, regulators have to figure out how to manage liquidity risks and protect everyday investors in a crypto product that used to just be a simple buy and hold asset.
When you step back and look at the big picture, these regulatory pressure points are flashing red everywhere all at once. The SEC is sweating over crypto yields, Google is facing severe liability questions over automated Wikipedia misinformation, we absolutely desperately need safety standards for agentic AI running loose on the web, and antitrust watchdogs are circling the proprietary data monopolies. The tech industry has to step up and help shape these rules right now, or they are going to face a very brutal, heavy-handed regulatory crackdown.
So what does this all mean for us? Well, the biggest takeaway from today's explainer is that in an era moving this incredibly fast, the old strategy of just staying in your lane, being just a crypto person or just a hardware nerd, it just doesn't work anymore. These systems are entirely inseparable now.
As we watch software, physical hardware, global biotech, and traditional finance violently collide, I want to leave you with one thought to chew on. Are you just blindly reacting to every new product announcement that hits your feed, or are you actively looking for the underlying structural patterns that connect them? Because the future, for sure, isn't just about what gets built, it's about how everything connects. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one.